have our heading.
Here we go!
From the magic within our hearts to the adventure beyond the horizon.
Dude.
There is only
What?
Disney.
Dude, shut the fuck up. For anybody wondering what the fuck just happened, Jake, he grabbed the mic and put it down directly by his asshole. A ripped ass. Oh, man.
That's what I think about that.
I love that sound, actually. That's very nostalgic for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, super.
Yeah. So, unlike those that are insensitive as shit in the room.
Yeah, unlike those who are going to fart into a fucking microphone.
Uncultured swine.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Absolute.
To the absolute.
To the Absolute Talk Show.
Welcome back, everybody, yet again to another episode of the Absolute Talk Show. It's me, Trent, here with Jake and Ian.
Yeah, I got the
the original crew, bro.
Yeah,
the
Three
OG.
Musketeers, bro. Back at it.
Yeah, it's the absolute trifecta
Dude,
that we need.
Ian,
it's everything.
You especially. It's been a little while, bro.
Yeah, well,
how the fuck are you?
Dude, I'm great. Thank you for asking. I have missed both of you so much. And seeing your beautiful faces here today it makes me super happy.
You make us happy.
Dude, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm happy to be here. I've been so busy, dude. You know, I mean, Jake's a dad. You know, dad life is...
This little thief
cheers.
stole my last drink. What a motherfucker.
You're a savage.
You gotta do it to him.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, you know what it's like being a dad. It's just hard sometimes. So, you know, I've just been busy. I've been studying a lot of music. I've been trying to really hone in on my craft and get better at what I do because I'm a firm believer. And if you're not moving forward, you are moving backwards. So
For sure.
I'm trying to move forward.
And you know, buddy, I believe hopefully you remembered your homework I fucking gave you. Do you have an inspirational quote for us today?
Okay, first off, you know what's funny is when you messaged me that, you're like, hey, podcast, bring an inspirational quote. And I was like, dude, I have one locked in. This is like one of my, this is like,
yeah, like immediately you were
Yeah.
like, bet.
This-
And I was like, okay,
so
cool.
this is like my favorite quote of all time, and I don't think I've ever told you this because mine used to be, I think it was James Dean. It was like once you lose Hoffman. It might, no, I don't remember who it was, but it was once you maybe Danny Way. It was once you lose the fear of death, you really learn how to live, and I love that quote. That's a great quote, but I have one that topped it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's from the fucking champ of all champs, Iron Mike Tyson, and
What is it?
and his quote is basically, you know, when I get in that mindset where I think I'm somebody, you know, I get offended by everything. But when I remember that I'm a nobody, nothing can hurt me. Like, nothing can offend me. And I'm like, that's fucking awesome. I'm like, that's epic.
That is
Hell
fucking
yeah.
good. I really like that.
Hell yeah.
Peej, what is your quote? I'm
Dude.
actually excited to hear this.
My quote is, if you have a problem with me, text me or call me. And if you don't have my number, you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me.
Yep, I know that one. Tom Holland said that.
Fuck yeah, bro.
He did, and that was such a good quote. When I heard him say that, I was like, I fuck with that so hard, bro.
Yeah, that's like that's an epic quote.
Yeah.
It's funny because it comes from a dude that like genuinely kind of looks like he's still in high school.
Yeah.
You know? But also,
He's like literally the same exact age as us.
yeah, but there's also no doubt in my mind that like just being a part of that industry, being in the public eye all the time, dude, like I guarantee every one of those motherfuckers has thick skin of some sort. Otherwise they last maybe a year or two.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you're not
bro.
lasting, bro. You're not lasting.
Not even a little bit.
But dude, my quote is, I would rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. And I kind of live by that because I've had to, you know, tone down all the anger issues from high school and reel it in and really learn to be that gardener and just kind of control the war.
Yeah.
You know who you always reminded me of? Honestly, like every time I think of you, this is like the analogy that plays in my head, right? Because I love you. I love you, and I do feel like I'm one of those, like Peej was saying, I feel like I know both you well enough and both of you know me well enough to where we can be like, hey, I'll text you if you're being a fuckhead.
Right.
And we've done it, dude. We've done it. We've been like, hey, I just want you to know I love you, but you're being a little punk ass bitch, and I mean that. But I love you. You know, it's always that way.
Oh yeah.
But fuck, what was I saying? Oh yeah, this is how I picture you. I always picture you kind of like one of those fucking old school Vikings, just long ass fucking beard, just walking through like a meadowy field, and all you hear in the background is tiptoe to the tulips, the fucking Tiny Tim song. Yeah, that's all I fucking hear all the time, and I'm just like, this is the weirdest image you could have for a person, but it's like oddly accurate. Because it's like, it's not that there's not destruction there. It's that he surrounds himself with good shit, so destruction doesn't make frequent appearances.
Yeah.
That is accurate as fuck. That is like weirdly accurate. Yeah, basically. Even though I just chopped off all the beard, but you know. Yeah. it still fits.
Yeah, well, and I'm personally not like a huge fan of like monster beards. I don't think that they're fucking ugly by any means. Well, that's not true. I kind of find some of them ugly, but like
if they're not maintained,
Yeah,
bro.
If you just got a nest going, bro.
Okay, hang on.
You got some pubes on your face, man.
Yeah, Peej, it literally, for me and you, it's always your terminology. You're always coming out of the fucking gates with some weird. You remember? The fucking piss paste episode was nasty.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no reason that you should ever have to describe shit the way that you do. I can't get it.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say.
I think it was him and Brent, honestly.
Yeah, I think Brent said piss paste.
Yeah,
I
Brent-
can't take the credit on that.
Yeah, Brent said that one.
Well, yeah, Brent. Yeah, okay. Well, you and Brent are about fucking. You know, you're both right there.
By the way, we still miss Brent. He's
so much.
He's currently out because he lost an arm, and they gave him the wrong size. So he's waiting for the new right size arm. So
no, someone. No.
He got a concussion. He'll be back soon.
I was literally like, have there been developments that nobody has fucking told me about my friend? You motherfucker.
Wait. Did you really not know they can actually do that now? I've seen them do that to army people. They've taken fucking cut off limbs and put them on people.
Yeah. Just waiting for the right size, bro. They gave him an 8-year-old arm. Came in wrong.
Ew.
Yeah, dude, it's actually fucking gnarly.
He did call me though when he first got it. Before they realized they made a mistake, he was like, "Dude, this thing makes me feel huge."
I will say this, right? Like, you know, scientific wise, just, you know, being able to do that is fucking insane. Medical wise, like, that's fucking crazy. If that's a real ass thing, don't ever do that to me though. I don't want it. You know?
Yeah, dude, I'm dead serious. It's real. They had I don't know if he was Army or Marine. One of the two. I mean, nonetheless.
I'll take that Winter Soldier arm though.
Yeah, for real. But the soldier actually had a new arm from like the elbow down, and then the other one was like full arm. So
very interesting. I do want to say this though too. Peej, my only fear about having the Winter Soldier arm is when I go to crank down and fucking beat my meat, dude. You better hope that thing never malfunctions, dude. You will rip your cock off, dude.
That's why you don't use that
I was just
arm.
gonna say, you gotta learn to use the stranger.
Yeah.
Dude, I can use my left hand about as good as I could use
Or
a pitchfork.
Unfortunately,
I'm
you're gonna
awful.
have to be the man that has like a setup that you're gonna have to like uncover, go over to, and just use.
Yeah,
You know.
Well, I do have a setup. And she has a name. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Abe, if you hear this, I love you. I swear. I swear.
Wait. Sex toys, male sex toys.
It's in the back closet on the top shelf.
No, for real. Let's talk about them. Would you get the actual setup, like the half the body one? You know?
Oh God, no! I couldn't do that, dude.
No?
That's weird.
Just have a fucking.
That's just too much.
Yeah, well, I could never, and the only reason why, dude, is if Cass ever found that, dude. Oh my God, dude! I would have to explain it to him, and like, I don't ever want to have that.
These look like
conversation with him.
mommies,
dude. Like, yeah, you know, like someday, like when he's like 20 something, and like he wants to like just bro out and have a bro conversation. That's fine, but that never, ever, ever.
Dude, that is so fucking funny. Cause I'll tell this story. So when I was 16, bro, I had the balls to ask my mom for a pocket pussy. I had the balls. I was like, yo, mom, I can't buy this, but I'll give you the fucking money. And she thought it was so fucking funny that I had the balls to go up to her and ask her, bro. She couldn't say no. She couldn't say no.
The fact, yeah, honestly, yeah, you at that point, it's like, what, you're gonna say no? This kid just mustered up the fucking courage to walk upstairs and be like, hey mom, super weird
I'm
question.
this comfortable with it.
Yeah, super weird question. My hand does the trick, but I just want to try something new. Will you buy me a pocket pussy?
And
Yeah.
dude, she kind of like took a second. She was kind of thrown back by it. I mean, I don't blame her. My fucking 16-year-old son comes up to me and says that. I'd be like, holy shit. Well, I'm not going to say no. Well,
I remember when you showed it to me, you were so proud.
dude, I was. It was the coolest fucking thing. Just silicone and then like a little blue sleeve on the inside.
Yeah, word,
Yeah.
word, dude.
I'll never forget it. You know, that was my first fucking. I thought I was so cool, bro. 16 had that shit, and then that's like right when Blue Mountain State was at its peak, bro. Oh my God. Talk about the pocket pussy episode.
You mean the one where the guys took it and Thad, like it's a pregame ritual for him? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. Fucking great. I'll never forget it. Never. Oksana.
Oh yeah.
Oksana, bro. I told you I'll never forget that shit.
Dude, that really throws me off. That's fucking crazy, dude. I loved that show. That
Yeah,
Dude,
dude,
it was a great
classic.
show.
Classic.
Everybody fucking used it.
dude.
Yeah.
whole
One of
team.
my favorite all time scenes is the scene where it's the scene where fucking what's the quarterback's name, Alex or something like that. So
Yeah, it's Alex Moran.
yeah, so some bitch is trying to take him up to the fucking bedroom. Some woman, I apologize. Some woman is trying to take him up to the fucking bedroom, and Thad stops him and goes, whoa. He fucking unravels the whole fucking thing. Every one of them had holes in them. And then,
He pours a beer in it.
yeah, and it's fucking hilarious because he just randomly, like, goes downstairs and there's the rest of the college sleuths there standing or whatever, and he just goes, get out! He just fucking screams at them,
Yeah.
and he just, get out! It just gets fucking louder and louder. Oh, so funny.
Oh, that show is the GOAT, dude. There is so many funny fucking, like...
You're trying to destroy my
Scenes.
quarterback!
Yeah, dude, there's so many good scenes in there, like... Because it's literally fucking us, you know? It's just a bunch of shitheads doing a bunch of funny things, you know? Literally just having a good time. Living their college life.
It was college.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
dude, and it's sometimes, dude, like,
It was the most extreme form of college that you could ever see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was college.
well, and it's fucking, I don't know, man. Like, there was something about that show that had so much charisma to it. And by the way, the guy that played Thad, I've seen him in a couple other things, but I can't remember what they were. That dude's a
The Reacher.
oh, really? That dude's a phenomenal actor. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He was in The Reacher, and...
Oh, dude, he also plays Hawk in DC's Titans.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
By the way, I want to throw this out there. The other day, I was talking with my coworker, Billy, who, by the way, you guys would fucking love. That dude's hilarious. Like, we have a hoot at work. But he sent me a clip of a show. I think it's on Netflix, he said, but I don't exactly remember. It's called Invincible.
Oh, dude, I fucking love that show.
Dude.
I love that
So
show.
he sent me the clip from the first episode, right? Like right at the end when he just goes in there and fucking mops everybody, whatever is.
Yeah.
Okay. He sent me that clip right when like the Flash type dude got his fucking skull crushed and all that. Dude, I was so like, what the fuck is? Because it's Jake. Do you know what this is? So it's basically just kind of
No idea.
So it's basically just kind of like, remember the old style cartoon Batman that we would watch?
Like the good one or the bad one?
No, the good one, like the animation, like where it was all
like in like
cartoony.
2008.
Yeah, I don't fucking
It was
remember.
like 2006 or ish.
Anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's like
Early 2000s.
It's like that style of animation, same movements, all that shit, except it's bloody as fuck. And it's very much so like the anime version of The Boys almost, but with a totally different plot line, just like that kind of the kind of realness to it that you loved about The Boys. Did you watch The Boys?
Yeah, way back. I haven't seen it in so long, bro.
It's not the whole everything works out in the end type shit,
dude,
you know?
You definitely gotta fucking catch up on it.
It's
'cause it's
bloody as
fucking
shit,
awesome.
gory as hell.
Yeah, I haven't seen it probably since it came out, honestly.
But no, dude, Mortal Kombat 1, one of the DLC characters is one of the is Omni-Man. That guy.
All right. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, have you guys bought the new one?
No.
No,
I don't think it's out quite yet.
No,
I
I
think
don't-
it's out for pre-order. Is it? Is it out?
I don't know. I think you can buy it.
Oh yeah, I think it
But
did. I think.
I think both of you know that I'm a massive Mortal Kombat fan, and I have.
I had
been
the
for-
last one.
Yeah, well, and I think I had 10, but I haven't bought any since. But
I have 11.
I had like every Mortal Kombat game before that, and then if somehow it just slipped through my fingers. But I'm gonna buy every game. And
Dude,
I'm gonna
11
fucking destroy
has
them.
11 has. I want to say RoboCop, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator,
Yeah, they do. And,
the Joker.
yeah, they got so many. And on that, I used to be a huge Mortal Kombat fan since like PlayStation 2 days. Like my first started gaming. Oh my god, that's like what got me into like basically the fighting games, and now I'm just on that UFC grind, you know.
Dude,
But
the one feature that I wish would have stuck around that used to be on the Mortal Kombat games way back in the day was you used to be able to create a character.
I don't remember that shit, bro.
Yeah, in like the PlayStation 2, there was like a Mortal Kombat game where you could literally create a character.
Are you talking like
from
the
scratch?
Are you talking like storyline? Because you could do that in the storyline, but it wasn't like in multiplayer or anything like that.
Dude, it was so long ago. All I remember is that you could
I'll tell
create
you
a
that.
character and you could like play with your friend and
All right, so here's the deal.
kick
though.
each other's ass.
Here's the deal, though, right?
I always got mopped.
I need to know, and Peej, I think you told me yours. I forgot it. We talked about this episodes ago.
What?
Mortal Kombat. We
Yeah.
kind of went into it.
Yeah, we did a little bit.
But I want to know your guys' favorite character. Any game that you've played, I know that they've had variations throughout the years. Like number one, that's your fucking guy.
All right, are we going Mortal Kombat or are we going the DC version of what's it called?
Injustice.
Yeah, Injustice.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. Mortal Kombat only.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat only.
Okay, I'll tell you.
are
straight up,
we picking one or top three? Top three?
top three?
All right, we're going to do
Okay.
top three.
I'm going top three first.
All right.
Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Lao Chang. What's his name? Lao Chang or something like that.
Lao.
Yeah, Kun Lao.
Kun Lao? Or do you mean... No, you mean Liu Kang.
Yeah, Liu Kang.
Sorry.
Yeah, Liu Kang.
Liu Kang, the fire god now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are my top three. Scorpion, number
Okay.
one, though.
You know what? I got to go after you because mine is very close to yours. Mine is in order: Raiden, Scorpion, Liu Kang.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that's a good list. I like both of you guys had great lists because those are obviously staple characters. I'm not gonna go necessarily with all the originals. There's one guy that I really loved that not a lot of people were fucking huge on. I loved him. So, Kung Lao is my number one. The hat guy. That's the fucking number one, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Personally, like, that's
the hat guy, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the fucking, you throw the hat down, you saw a bitch in half with your
Yeah.
hat. Like, that's fucking badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Kung Lao is my number one. Number two, I think number two, I would have to go with Raiden. Yeah, Raiden's just awesome, dude. And then I think, very lastly, this is the kind of controversial one. I really loved a character called Takeda.
Oh,
I remember
Okay.
him.
So, yeah, and he had, like... he had, like, these whips that had blades on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and those
dude.
were fucking sick. I was like, dude, this guy should
That's
have been...
old shit, bro.
Takeda? Is he?
Dude, I'm pretty sure because I haven't seen him in any of the new
Yeah, he hasn't
games.
been around for a while, I don't think.
Well, he was in 10, but I don't know if he might not have been
Okay,
in
because I don't
anything
remember him in
after.
11.
Well, I'll tell you what, Takeda is fucking dope, dude. Like, he had some of the dopest finishes.
You know what?
man.
You know what? Top threes are great. What's your least favorite?
Oh, bro, don't even.
Honestly, I couldn't even name them. It's been so fucking long since I've played a Mortal Kombat game. I couldn't even tell you, like, my least favorite ones.
I think I would have to go with, for my least favorite, I understand that he's been in the franchise since the beginning. Like, one of the most important characters. So I'm not saying get rid of him. You're just asking me who I hate, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Kano. Kano's a fuck, dude.
Yeah, okay. I do remember
Is
him.
Kano like the...
Kano is the dude with the fucking laser eye, the Aussie. Talks like this. Fuck did you say to me?
Oh,
that,
yeah,
like that,
yeah. I remember him
Yeah,
now.
he-
Kano.
Yeah,
Okay.
I find him to be so fucking annoying. I just want to punch that dude in the fucking head every time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm just like, well, and what kills me is that when you're fighting in Mortal Kombat, like, one of his moves is the laser eye. It's like, bzz,
Yeah.
bzz, and you can just keep fucking saucing people with it from a distance.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
dude.
you're a fucking pussy, dude. I'm like, fuck you.
Right. Dude, there's so many things about Mortal Kombat that I hate that you can literally just get, like, frame trapped and just, like, you can finish someone in one go.
Jake, what's your least favorite character?
He kind of said that he doesn't remember
Yeah.
a lot of them too well, but he also said Kano.
Yeah, because I do
Okay.
remember the laser eye. It was dog shit. Yeah.
One, I can't remember his fucking name.
Johnny Cage?
Yeah.
You hate him, huh?
Dude.
He's going to be the main protagonist in the next one, in the
I
next
know.
movie.
Dude, he
Which,
just...
by the way, did you
his
know
character just annoys me.
he is played by the same guy that plays Billy Butcher in The Boys?
I didn't fucking know that. Holy shit. That's actually crazy. I had no idea. That's actually mind-blowing right there.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I always pictured Johnny Blaze as a blonde. That's how they naturally portray him. But because I think there's a leaked picture of him as, right, as a Johnny Blaze or Johnny.
Johnny Blaze is
Johnny Blaze
Fantastic
is...
Four.
No.
Oh,
Johnny Blaze is Fantastic Four.
Okay, you're right. Okay, it's Johnny Cage is what it is. Sorry. So yeah, it's Johnny Cage.
No.
It is
Johnny Cage is...
No, trust me, it's Johnny Cage.
Pretty sure that's Ghost Rider.
No.
I'm Googling this fucking shit right now.
We gotta check it out.
I'm telling you, it's Johnny Cage. I'm right.
No, I'm thinking Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, you're fucking up.
Plays Johnny.
Yep, Johnny Cage, Mortal Kombat character.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, no, I get that though. Johnny Cage is a fucking he's a douche. He's a douche.
He's just annoying.
He fights for us, like he fights for the good side of everything, but he's a douche. I mean, fucking.
I just hate him because he's like an actor and shit too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro,
It's like,
just shut the
It's-
fuck
it's
up with the
fucking-
cheesy pickup
it's fucking
lines.
Sylvester Stallone. But
It's like you're
even
doing your
more of a
job
douche.
really well of
Which-
being annoying, but still I hate it.
Which, by the way, I apologize for that. I actually love Sylvester Stallone, but
Dude, who doesn't like that guy? He's so nice.
well, and Dude, he's given us such gold.
They should
throughout
put
the
Sylvester
years, dude.
Stallone's Rocky and then as a new
Well,
DLC.
dude, Rocky, dude. I think even if you're not into the fight scene, those movies were a staple of your childhood.
Dude,
Yeah.
fucking iconic. All the way from when they released in the fucking late 80s, I'm pretty sure. It was like mid 80s that they released, and they were iconic all the way through.
Well, and then, they're still dropping shit with him and Michael B. Jordan for Creed, which is... I saw the first and the second. I didn't see this last one, but I heard it was fucking great.
Yeah, dude, I went and saw it in theaters with Haley, and it was actually pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. They switched it up, and I was actually surprised, but they did pretty fucking good.
Well, and what I really loved is I never saw the movie, but I know this for a fact because I've heard the soundtrack. Dreamville did the soundtrack. It was J. Cole and J.I.D. and all those fucking dudes. Man, because I listened to the soundtrack and I was like, dude, these fucking songs are bangers. I was like, I bet this movie's fucking awesome, dude.
Dude, the soundtrack, the whole movie, it really like all tied in. It was really fucking good. If that's a movie that if you've seen the first two, you need to go see the third one. It really is super good. Cause it's basically, it starts off with him like talking about like his life with him being retired and like him just kind of taking care of the gym, and then it goes into like his backstory and like his childhood a little bit more, and it's good.
Yeah, man. Fuck, dude. I gotta see it. Yeah, and it's hard not to like a lot of those action stars that you grew up watching, I mean, Bruce Willis was one. Jason Statham was another. Arnold, Sylvester,
Mark Wahlberg. Dude.
Yeah, Terry Crews. Yeah.
Terry
my
Crews,
God,
bro.
Terry Crews,
yeah,
bro.
man.
Dude, have you ever played Crackdown?
No.
Really? Bro.
I've never even heard of it.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I don't know if it's the same for all of them, but at least for the one that I have, Crackdown 3 for Xbox One, Terry Crews plays the character that you are. Like, he looks like Terry Crews, and Terry Crews voice acts him.
Making my way downtown. No, sorry. every time I think of that dude, it's like I know he's jacked and would whip the fuck out of most people, but God, that's a good
Dude, it's such an awesome game because he literally plays like a super cop in the future.
Yeah.
Where he like basically got fucked up and basically kind of becomes like a type of Terminator in a way.
That's fucking awesome. Dude, random side note. First off, I'm going to check that out because that sounds legit as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Second off, did you guys ever hear the story about Terry Crews and his father?
Yeah.
Did you?
I can't say I did.
Oh, yeah. I'll let Ian tell it. It's so good.
So, and granted, I'm going to paraphrase this a bit. So, and honestly, don't take everything that I say right now, and just run with it. I think if you really want to hear it, Google Terry Crews talking about it because he spoke about it, and it's better to hear it from the man himself.
Yeah.
But essentially what it is that his father would beat the shit out of his mother, and he was a full-grown man at this time, and he goes home, and he had, I think it was either one of his kids with him or multiple of his kids with him, and they were in the house, and he watched his dad fucking put hands on his mom. And at this point, he's fucking Terry Crews. We all know what he looks like. The dude is fucking huge. And he told his mom to leave, and his mom walked out of the room, and he basically squared up with his dad and fucking said, I told you don't ever lay your hands on my mom again. And he fucking beat the fuck out of his dad right there. Fucking sent the kids outside, sent his mom away, and beat the fuck out of that guy. And honestly, dude, it's one of those stories where it makes you, because, Jake, you're close with your dad. I'm close with my dad. Trent, I'll let you explain it however you want, but it's unique, right? Because it's one of those things where it's like nobody really has that imagination to be like, what if me and my dad fought? And if you do, it's like playful. You don't take it seriously because I think in every man who was ever raised by another man, you understand it's like, that's my dad, right? It's like, I couldn't fight this dude. And even when he's 80 and I could beat the brakes off this little bitch, I couldn't do it because this is a guy that has seen me at my worst, at my lowest, at my most vulnerable. Like, you can't fucking do it. So like to hear that story is just like, holy shit, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. And like back on like the challenging the old man part, like that shit's crazy. I couldn't do it. Like I mean, nonetheless, my dad's like a state wrestling champ and can throw hands with the best of them. And I've challenged him. Like, you know, we've wrestled and dudes almost made me pass out. Like, he don't fuck with the elders, bro. They will teach you a lesson if you try.
Well, and like, here's the funniest thing about it, right? Like, me and my dad are incredibly similar. I know both of you know that. Like, me and my father, we're just like it's the same guy, you know, but fucking many years behind him. So like neither one of us are fighters and neither one of us want to hit anybody, right? But I also know this about him, and he'll never tell me stories like this because I know he feels bad. Like if he ever got into an altercation with somebody, he won't tell me that story because he's not a fighter. He doesn't like that fucking side of shit. But I'm telling you, bro, and I know he's got it because I've seen that little strip of anger when he's like, I swear to fucking, you know, and I get that shit. Like it's like I'm good, and then when I snap, it's like a fucking nuke went off, and anybody within the vicinity of me, if you're not my boy, you're getting fucked up. You know, it's bad. You know,
Yeah,
bro, on God. See, the one difference is, I won't. Okay, that's a lie. I will start it. I'll throw the first punch, bro.
we know.
Yeah, no, I will. Dude, that's a fat ass lie. I will. Okay, in my eyes,
Jake, thank you for being honest.
Yeah, dude. Just because I'm just like my dad. But here's the thing. Me and my dad are different because he won't throw the first punch, but I will because I don't think it's self-defense having to get hit first. If I am in like a situation, motherfucker, my hands are up. And I'm throwing that first punch. I'm getting it off. I don't give a fuck. Anyways,
so
but no, dude, with the dads, dude, it's crazy. Like I see it 110% because I'm the same way.
Well, and you know, back to what I was saying, like we're all close with our dads. You know, in one way or another, that's our father. Like we're all close with them. So. Yeah. It's so weird because it's like, especially after you become a dad, it changes even more. You know, like Jake, you know that, and Peej, someday you will know that, but it changes even more. Not that it's not important before, because it's always important, but then you become a dad, and it's like, oh fuck, this is way different than I thought it was. You know, because like when they come out, dude, and Jake, you had a small little bean. You know, like my boy was 9 pounds when he came out, so he wasn't no little fucking. You know, he was a big ass baby, dude, fat ass head.
Yeah, dude, Avery was tiny. She was like 4 pounds, like 3 ounces. She was tiny. I could hold her in my hand, bro. She was tiny.
Yeah, well, and it's one of those things, like, because I remember him being a newborn, and I remember wiping his butt. I remember him crying because he had fucking gas pains or whatever. You know, like, you remember all these things, and then you're like, oh, fuck, somebody did that for me. And that's a weird thought to think about. It's like, I couldn't beat the brakes off this dude, even if I wanted to, because this dude could have killed me just by not fucking being there. Like, it's so different.
Wait, I gotta play the devil's advocate on this for a second, just because, you know, I like talking about, you know, the other side of it. You know, just because we don't all have the same experiences and whatnot, and you know, just talking about some of the stories that I've heard that my dad has gone through, and you know, I can see why Terry Crews would beat the shit out of his dad. I see it 110%.
And that's not what I'm saying whatsoever. I'm not saying every dad or every mom has ever been in the right? Because there's always unique situations. And dude, and even I've heard some stories about, like, even past buddies of mine, like, as parents, like, they've told me shit that they do. And I'm like, bro, you're a bad dad. And it's like, you're a good friend to me. That's why but like, you're a bad dad. You're not doing your shit. And eventually, when you become a dad, you're like, I can't be around you at all because I don't relate to you. I don't have that level of, like, not giving a fuck. Like, that's my kid.
Yeah.
And it's, you know. So there are certainly bad dads out there. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But if you were raised in a good home and your dad was there, you ain't ever fist fighting that motherfucker.
Dude, on God, because there's such it's almost hard to explain, because it's not that you wouldn't fight him, but there's just such a amount of respect that you have for one another that you couldn't do it, even like if you wanted to. It's that, because that's how it is with me. Like me and my dad like have such a good respect for one another, but even though we're both fucking hotheads and we both are so stubborn and we need to get our point across, but we just have that like it's just that unspoken fucking respect between your son and your father and your son is crazy.
Well, and it's where it's fucking super weird between like you and your dad, or you and your dad, or me and my dad, is where it gets to the point where it's like they've taught you everything you know, especially being a boy, right?
Yeah.
Like boys look to father figures, right? Like, and women look to mother figures. Like, it's just naturally what you do. Now, are there exceptions? Of course, but as a general rule, that's what you're gonna have. So,
in that, I just want to shout out to all the parents that are pulling double duty. But continue.
Yeah. Good on you, mate. I can respect you. I could be friends with you. Right. No, but it's one of those things where it's like, everything that I've become, everything that I've honed is my craft, even down to music. Like, I got my taste for music from my father. I remember him playing a Les Paul for me and my brother as a young kid. I remember him, getting these new albums and playing them for us, like Kiss. Kiss is a big fucking thing for my dad. And I love Kiss too, because of my dad. It's like you learn their taste and you become a part of them.
Bro, okay, I gotta tie this into inspirational quotes. There was a quote I heard in a movie. I can't tell you the movie. It's lost from me right now, but it's like, once you have children, you are your children's ghost or something like that. It's basically, I think it was Interstellar that they said it, and it's basically like your whole duty once you have a kid is to basically live through them again and just teach them. And that's essentially what the quote was. I know I kind of butchered it, but it was so fucking good. It's like, you are your children's ghost. Your whole life is that then. Okay, so I'll let you take it back, but that was my ramble.
No, and that's a great point. I think, yeah, every one of us pulls something from both of our parents, for a matter of fact, and I can see both of your parents and both of you, as I'm sure you can see mine and me. It's what happens. You grow up looking up to these people, and I think full circle, coming back to the Terry Crews story, that's one of those stories where you hear that, and it's like, dude, that dude has a sack in more than one way, right? Because that dude's jacked. That dude's fucking huge. We're all scared of him already, okay? But to have that emotional kind of fucking strength where you're like, I get that you're my father, but you're not going to fucking do that to my mother. And he just beats the brakes. Like, that's a different level of strength, bro. That's like, this dude is a strong motherfucker.
That's some mind games in there too, bro. It's a lot of mental, dude. Like, growing up getting beat up by his dad too. And then it's just kind of like all the years of the pain coming out too, and he said that he had to go through a lot of therapy and to deal with it, and he's over it and he's totally past it, and he said it was just a good learning point to his life.
Well, and what's crazy is, like, look at the comedy that he does, and like the way that he carries himself. Like, that's the inspiration. That story is awful. That's not where you pull inspiration from. You pull inspiration from the fact that he walked away from that and was still able to make something of himself in a way where everybody, I don't know anybody, at least in the United States, who doesn't know who Terry Crews is. Terry Crews is one of the most notorious people, and it's like, to come from that and like such a fucked up place, and it's like, there's plenty of people that go through it, but like, sometimes I think when they put these guys on this platform, and it's like, we fucking, of course, dude, I fucking know who Terry Crews is. You could never picture him doing something like that, because you're like, this dude is like the pinnacle of society. Like, this guy gets what life is, like, he did it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes
it's kind of like how when people flipped out about how Will Smith fucking slap Chris Rock.
Yeah, well, in
Different situations,
Totally different.
However,
yeah,
it's also in a way similar.
Just for like, just for the point that I was just making, where we're talking about, like, yeah, they're people too. Like they might be up there, but they're people, dog. Like, don't make no mistake about it. Which, by the way, if I may say this on the Will Smith Chris Rock situation, I loved, I should say. I used to really, really enjoy Will Smith. The reason why that's fucked up is because Chris Rock was literally doing his job. Yep. That's literally what he was doing. Man is a comedian. You cannot go on stage and slap the fuck out of a dude for making a joke when that is his job. And even if you fucking, like Will learn the hard way. Like, because people are like, oh, wow, you're a fucking piece of shit. And now, do I think he's a piece of shit? Probably not. Do I think he did something that a piece of shit would do? 100%. You can't do that to a motherfucker.
I agree. I see it just because he had just got done. I see why he did it. Like, he had just got done getting basically interviewed by his wife about their divorce and her cheating on him, da-da-da-da-da. And he, goes up there, makes fun of him. And then that was just like the last straw that broke the camel's back. And I totally get it. Like, we all have, we just snap sometimes. And they can't do that. That's the worst thing, because they get criticized by everybody. Yeah. And it's just like, but I see it. That was his friend. There's a time and place, and it was just like, he should have just fucking gritted his teeth, and took it backstage.
Yeah. And see, the thing is, like, if that all would have happened, like, off camera and everything, it'd be a completely different story.
Yeah, but the where it becomes a problem is that Chris Rock had he has a reputation to uphold. He's because he was a breakout comedian. Like, it took one special for him to fucking obliterate the comedy scene, and people are like, holy shit. Like, this guy is fucking incredible, right? So he's done all this amazing stuff, and people just have a tendency to, live in the here and now. So when Will Smith went up there and slapped the fuck out of him and he did nothing, I guarantee you that he's just a smarter guy. That's why he didn't fight back. Like, in no way, shape, or form do I think that guy's a bitch. I think he did what Will Smith couldn't that night, and he backed the fuck off. Not because he was scared, but because he understood he's got a reputation. And that's something that Will forgot that night.
I was literally just going to say that. He handled that so well. And that's the thing. He knew he had to, and he literally handled it so well. And he was just like, okay, like, that just happened. Like, let's move on. We'll talk about it later,
Well, and the thing is like, for a long time, Chris Rock and his brothers were friends with Will Smith. Like, they had a friendship, as well as Chris Rock and Jada Pinkett, because they were both in the Madagascar movies together. Yep. She voiced Gloria, and he voiced Marty the zebra. Right? It was Marty. Yeah, and like, so they all had a reputation, and so like that would be like you. Okay, you and I both did something amazing, made it big, right? And that would be like you being on stage, talking, me coming out of nowhere because you said something about Avery and slapping the fuck out of you. Let me explain to you why that's fucking crazy, okay? Now, would I be particularly happy if you said something about Avery? Probably not. That's my best friend. But you're my friend too. And honestly, I'm not going to go down for this. So what I would do is I would calmly wait till after the show. I would tell Avery, hey, wait here a sec. I'll be right back. I just got to go use the bathroom. I wouldn't even tell her because she didn't want to relive that moment. Okay, fine. I'll go back to you, and I would say, look, I don't like that joke. I get that you were trying to be funny. I get that you were doing your job. Please don't do that again, or I will fucking come to your house and beat the brakes off you. That's what he should have done. Okay? Instead, publicly, in front of fucking everybody, it wasn't even a punch. It was a fucking bitch slap. He just fucking, bah. And that's almost more embarrassing. That's almost more embarrassing because it's like, did you just slap me like one of your fucking whores on the corner? What the fuck did you just do to me? Like,
dude, yeah, if you're gonna do it, you gotta just fully commit. You can't open palm slap another man. Like, you can't.
for doing his job.
Yeah,
Dude, could you imagine if they had a full out brawl on live fucking television? Could you imagine if that would have been what happened?
That would have been crazy. Although I'm putting my money on Will Smith.
I'm not.
I don't know. I think
no. Let me take the
it
floor.
depends.
I got this.
I don't know. Will Smith is taller.
No, well, he's got reach. I'll give you that. He's been in so many movies that he's had to do some badass shit. I know he's got some fucking training.
That is true.
And I know fucking Chris Rock, that motherfucker's a comedian, bro. He ain't got nothing. I love him to death. He's got all the jokes, but he ain't got none of the smoke, bro.
All right. Maybe I agree with you, but all right. Maybe I agree with you, but okay. Plot twist, okay? Will Smith beats the fuck out of Chris Rock, okay? Then Chris Rock calls his homies. He's like, "Hey, I need the gang." All of a sudden, Kevin James, who's a legit martial artist, by the way,
Oh, I know.
Chris Rock, or fucking Adam Sandler, Spade, you get Rob Schneider, you get the whole fucking gang there. Everybody, I'm missing a lot of people. There's a lot of people in that friend group. They fucking show up and just beat the brakes off Will Smith, dude. Holy fuck, dude.
The whole Happy Madison gang, bro.
And dude, Chris Rock's brothers, dude. Like, Chris Rock does not look like his brothers. Here, let me pull up a picture.
Yeah, because I've actually never seen his brothers. I didn't know he had brothers, to be honest. That sounds horrible, but my bad.
I mean, are they famous?
In their own way.
One of them is a comedian who has been in the comedy scene for a very long time. Hang on, I can get the name here.
You never know. Maybe we knew him. We just didn't know they were related.
Those are his brothers right there. Yeah.
Show me.
That dude, he looks familiar.
Yeah, they all kind of, but for whatever reason, I don't feel like Chris Rock looks like the rest of them, and for whatever reason, the other ones really look like they'd beat the fuck out of somebody, dude. I'm just like, man, I would not fuck with that group of people at all.
And just kind of look at him and like, yeah, you're definitely the funny one in the family.
I love this. 110%. Yeah. Yo, I do have a question for you guys, though.
What up?
All right. My ass is getting into a martial art, and I need you guys to help me decide.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. 100%. Just fucking do it. Brandon did it. He said he loved it. He said it was awesome.
So I really want to, and there's a really good coach right up the road. Really good gym, I guess I should say. He was in the Olympics, and I was looking into it. But I want to do more than just jiu-jitsu. Like, I want to find like an actual MMA gym that I can learn, because I love striking. I love the art of striking. I've always been a fighter, and I'm good on the ground too. Like, I want to have a balanced.
See, you're the kind of guy that could really do it all, right? But because of my build, because I'm a little bit of a taller, lankier guy, I would have to go with something like Taekwondo, right? And I, of course I would do Jiu-Jitsu too, because that's just, it doesn't matter what size you are, you can fuck somebody up with that. But Taekwondo, because I have such long limbs and I'm kind of like a fucking wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man, I can fucking, Taekwondo would benefit. Thank you. I really tried for that one. Yeah, Taekwondo would, because it's like Stephen Thompson. Stephen Thompson's got those long fucking limbs, and dude, he catches people with fucking,
Dude, Stephen Thompson, he comes from a karate background though. He's not.
Yeah,
he has some Taekwondo, but
it's so it's both. It's like, but it's that same style of fighting where it's like, it's all striking. Like, you're standing up, you're light on your feet, you're fucking quick, you're fast. Like, that's what I would have to do. You though, you could be almost like a fucking, like a Daniel Cormier, right? Like a big dude, like solid shots, good submissions, like it just a well-rounded fighter. Because I didn't like DC as a fighter, and I know we've talked about this, but I love him as a commentator because the one thing you can never say about DC is that he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's one of the smartest martial artists of all time.
And, dude, I love DC, and that is actually why. Just because he's an analyst, he's a student of the game always, and that's one thing he's always said, and that I really like DC, for that, because he's always said that. He's like, I may be a champion, but I'm still a student. You know, I'm gonna go to work like, you know, it's my first day every day. I'm coming to learn. You know, and you know, just kind of bringing it back to me, dude. I love the ground game. That is such like jiu-jitsu, wrestling. That shit is hard, bro. I want to learn as much as I can, like, because I do a lot of studying. I watch a lot of fights just because I want to be a student of the game, and I just find everything about it so intriguing. Like, I have to get into it, mostly because, like, I want to get a really good exercise, but, like, dude, I want to try and get into, like a community, like, fight scene like that, you know, something.
Dude,
Start a fight club?
Dude, plot twist for the fucking Absolute Talk Show. We all go to fucking a school together, and we all learn the same thing. Because here's the reason I've been thinking about it, right?
Well, I don't know if we should all learn the same thing. Because we all...
Okay,
we should all learn our own thing.
Fine, then we all learn our own thing. I'll do that too. Like, I'll fucking take on taekwondo or karate or both.
I would totally do like jujitsu or kickboxing.
Dude, well, if we all go to like an actual MMA gym, they teach us everything, and then we can all spar together and be partners. That's
Yeah, we'll have to look into it.
Well, I think that it would be really, really cool because I've been wanting to learn for a while now. You know, not that I'm like against firearms or anything. I'll take a firearm, right? Because that's just the easier way to protect my family. And it's not that I want to unload on somebody. That's just what I think. You know, like, I'll fucking, if I have to, and I have my fucking children on the other side of that door and you think you're getting in, I will fucking empty a clip into you. And I don't know what would ever make you think otherwise. But if I didn't, you too, Jake, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, guns aside, like, I just want to be able, because I'm not going to carry my gun everywhere, you know, not everywhere. Yeah. So if I ever get caught lacking and somebody's trying to fucking mug me, I want to know that I can beat the brakes off some sorry sap who picked the wrong motherfucker. And it's not that I want to do that. It's that if you're going to test me, if you're going to try and take what I earned, I will fucking strike you down. I don't know what you're fucking thinking.
Well, yeah, dude, it's just having the capability and a lot of it is just the repetition and doing it. You know, it's so different of watching someone in the UFC to someone in a street fight, dude. The levels of it are just crazy. People are throwing wild, but like it doesn't matter how hard you hit someone. Is if you can get them right on the button and you can get them clean, that's all you need. It's technique, bro. So it's like I want to learn it so bad.
Well, and both of you guys know this too, like my brother Brandon. We've had him on the show a couple times now. He's a fucking... The best part about Brandon is that he's never the guy that wants to use it. He's never the guy that's just like, I just want to beat the fuck out of somebody, right? Like he's never that guy because he has more restraint than that, and he really wants what's best for everybody. But I will say this, that dude has taken some training classes. He's an instructor now for the DOC and the military. He's the guy you call to be like, hey, like, show these people how to fucking do this right. Like, that's the guy. This dude understands. He'll never tell you that because he doesn't take himself that seriously. He likes to make jokes to kind of avert the attention. He doesn't like the attention. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, I grew up with this kid, and when I was a kid, I fucking hated it because I was like, I fucking hate this kid. This kid's a fucking piece of shit. But over time, what I discovered is I was like, I'm thankful for this kid. Like, this kid taught me how to take a fucking licking and even dish some out. Like, I'm like, I fucking needed that, you know?
Dude, and back with Brandon, he's the only one that I can actually roll with that will give me a run for my money. Because everyone that I've rolled with, I can easily, you know, pretty much handle. Like, I don't have to huff and puff. But he was the only one who could actually, like, gas me out. And he's, like, a good 80 pounds lighter than me.
I was gonna say he's significantly smaller. He's smaller than me, like not width wise. Width wise, the dude's built like a fucking train track, you know. But
yeah, dude, because I'm a solid 220 and he's what, $150 with 2 bricks in his fucking pockets, soaking wet, maybe 180 now. But it's like that's still a good 40 fucking pounds, you know.
Yeah, well, and he used to be way lighter. I remember in high school, he was down in the 130 range, and I always thought that was insane because the dude looked fucking ripped all the time, you know. But now he's almost scarier because now he's about 182, like somewhere in there. And bro, Look, he doesn't look quite as cut. Like, he doesn't have the abs and shit, but I'm telling you, this Brandon is the scariest Brandon you're ever going to encounter. This dude's fucked.
Yeah, because I rolled with him. It was right as we graduated, so he was probably in the 150s. I would have to say, because he was.
I
he
think
was small.
so. Yeah, about 150.
And I was probably about 250 at the time, because I was a little bit heavier coming out of high school. I won't lie, I was kind of a big boy. You know, I dropped 30 pounds recently. We happy, so that's why I want to keep it going. Yeah, that's why I want to get in martial arts, keep this weight coming off. But yeah, no, I had like 100 pounds on him, and me and him both were just like, we got gassed and we called it. And but it was so good. Like, I would roll with Brandon right now for sure. Like, it'd be so much fun.
All right, boys. What do you say we take a quick break and we'll be right back?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Hello.
All right, so boys,
We're back.
Disney.
Go.
We got a couple of topics on Disney today.
There's an update.
What update are you referring to, Jake?
Well, the one that you're about to tell us.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that one.
Well, for one, did you know that they now offer football in Andy's room?
Wait. Back
what?
the fuck
Okay,
up.
we're talking about the fucking Seven Dwarves update, and now you go to fucking Andy's room? What are you doing?
Wait. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No. Actually, like, I'm curious. Like, what are you talking about? I've never heard of this.
I'm just confused in general.
Okay, what is this, Peej? Tell us.
Disney Plus got a new update, jackass, so go fuck yourself, where they offer fucking Andy's Room football, where it is literally the previous football game, where I think it was like the Jets versus the Falcons or something like that. But they had the entire game in toy form. On a toy football field with Slinky as the like down markers and shit.
What the fuck? Okay, you're gonna have to show me this after this podcast because I'm so.
I will show you.
That's crazy. What the fuck are you talking about? Was this recent?
Yeah,
How recent?
like last week.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. It's called Fun Day Football.
I'm calling cap because I got Disney Plus and I didn't see that shit.
Well,
bro.
that's because you suck.
I don't suck. Sometimes.
You only lick, spit, and gargle, huh?
Only when it's Ian.
Sorry, I'm choked up.
So, Jake, what is the Snow White update that you wanted to speak about?
Well, weren't you telling me on break the other day that they like fired the main bitch that was gonna be Snow White, and so they're gonna cancel it?
There was talk about it, but I don't think it's happening.
What? Okay, that was the main update that I thought you were gonna talk about. So now I'm just really sad.
Yeah,
Because,
no. So, see, you're talking out your ass.
So Peej, explain it. What did
Whoa, wait! Talk out my ass. Isn't that like a regular fucking occurrence for me? Can we just get this out of the way here?
Yeah, honestly, the audacity to be surprised is more fucking impressive from you than it is for him to actually talk out of his ass.
Yeah, for real. Okay, continue.
Which, by the way, this is the guy you want to listen to for a lot of things, but there's a couple of things where he was like, I'm pretty sure I know that. And I'm like, dog, you think you know everything, right? I was like,
Hey, I don't know everything. I know a little bit about a lot of shit.
that's true. That's more accurate. Is you're like, yeah, I've dabbled. You know? Yeah.
I've seen the video one time.
So, the only update that I know about it is that there's a hella amount of controversy going on about the fucking movie, about you fucking name it, dude.
Yeah. You want to tell me a little bit more?
Yeah. Jake, shut up. Yeah. Peej, so what do you mean, like, controversy? As far as what?
The dwarves, because they're not doing dwarves.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we
And
talked about
I think that they're not doing a prince.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're fucking...
I think it's all about female independence now.
Dude, they said, fuck the script. We're fucking rewriting this motherfucker.
Yeah.
They need to at this point.
And then they gave her a fucking Brothers Grimm style dress.
Okay. If we're gonna be on some controversy shit here, what's up with them like having to redo everything and then change all the fucking characters
Because of the strikes.
Whoa, fuck the strikes. Why don't we just make a new fucking movie? Like,
that is why. Because all of the writers and actors are on strike for not getting paid enough. So the only thing that anybody is doing remakes of shit that they know other people have liked previously.
Yeah, so let's make Snow White black. That makes sense.
Well, so this conversation is one of those conversations where it's really, really, it's hard to talk about because no matter what stance you take, you're pissing somebody off.
Oh yeah.
But here's the honest truth about it, right? So I can see both sides. I can see the one side that's like, I deserve to be included in this as well as everybody else.
Yes.
And I 100% agree with that. I also see the other side where it's like, hey, we should make some new shit, though. Why would we do old shit when we could create something so new, so innovative, so forward that it could change everything? You know, so I see both sides of it. But the problem is, like, anytime this conversation comes into play, you will find one person who's so on one side or the other.
That is the exact thing as to why they need to not do remakes.
Yeah.
Is because they say, hey, let's remake this into live action.
Well,
and then people go, okay, great. Well, that immediately fires up the left and right sides of one side says everybody needs to be included in the casting. The other side says, well, I want it to be the original story in the way that it was originally written.
Yeah, just like the Avatar of the Last Airbender.
Which, yes,
they
can unfortunately
that.
cause them to not be inclusive to everybody. Which does suck.
Okay, but here's my point. And I take Ian's stance on this. I agree with him 110%. Everybody should have their equal opportunity 110%. That is why I love America, dude. I seriously do believe in the American dream. If you do work hard enough, I believe that that you can succeed in truly anything that you put your mind to. I really do believe, because there are seriously more people that will like you if you just go for your dream and whatnot. I believe that 110%. Like, you'll get there.
Well, really, I think people love an underdog story. Mm-hmm. Always have. There's been an infinite amount of movies where that is essentially the plot.
My ultimate thought is, if there's going to be controversy around recreating a story that has already been told,
sure,
don't tell that story again.
Well, and like, one of the movies that really bugged me was
well, like, dude, if you look back at all of these movies, like, dude, Pinocchio, did you guys see the live action Pinocchio movie, dude?
No, I never did.
That is such a fucking terrifying movie, bro.
I wouldn't even spend my money on that.
Well,
no, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, well, and so, like, the movie that I was gonna say, and I guess I shouldn't say I strongly disliked it, but I will say this: it was not my cup of tea, because it's exactly what you're talking about. They were like, let's recreate something that was done perfect the first time, and I'm like, well, why? That's. And,
dude,
this movie is Ghostbusters.
It was almost like a fucking like Five Nights at Freddy's style fucking movie at one point. I was like, what the fuck are we watching?
Well, so like Ghostbusters, when they redid it with the girls, you know, and again, dude, I classify as a feminist. A feminist is anybody that wants equal rights for everybody, right? And so, yeah. Of course I do. I'm not shitting on them.
You're not a hardcore feminist. That's the thing.
No, he's not this new age, you know, fully left-handed. You know, it's got to be done this way.
The true form.
Well,
the true form of
equality.
Equality.
And so my point is like, with the new Ghostbusters that they redid with 3 women, I was like, you know, when you got a cast like Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, like the original fucking dudes in the Ghostbusters, man, leave it alone. Leave it alone. And I'm not saying you can't make something phenomenal phenomenal with women. You could make something so fucking groundbreaking. Like, what was that movie? I really, really enjoyed that fucking movie about the black women that worked at NASA. What is that fucking movie called?
Something numbers. It's something numbers. I can't remember off the top of my head. I just watched it.
I don't know.
Fantastic.
It was awesome. It was awesome. But you know what I loved about that story? It wasn't somebody trying to recreate a story. It was somebody who found a brilliant story in itself and talked about it. And when you watch a movie like that, it's like it's hard not to feel, you know, like I'm one of those guys where anything creative, like if I love it, it swells up in my chest. Like I feel that
like
shit,
the ultimate
you know?
thing is that when you see a story and you see it get told one way.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you are given and told, hey, we're letting that same story out again. And you show it to everybody. And it's, sure, showing essence of the original story, but it's not the same story. It's almost like
it's a very different
it's almost
dynamic.
like that if you played that game Telephone when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And you looked at somebody, and I gave Jake the original script. By the time that it made it to Ian, to 16 other people in the class, and back to me again, it would be a new story.
I feel like we're describing all the Spider-Man remakes.
Here's what.
To be fair, though, with Spider-Man, there is like 1,000 different versions. Of this comic book.
Well, and honestly, personally,
granted, that is also
don't get me wrong,
but
don't get me wrong, boys. First off, I want to point this out. The movie that I was speaking about was a movie called Hidden Figures. It was fucking awesome. I would really, really recommend watching that one. It's very inspirational and it's great. Love that movie. But I guess that's what my point boils down to. Is this, you know, don't force your way into the past. Look to the future. Do something innovative now to change what's coming. Not trying to change what has already happened, because there's no doubt, dude. Like, and I don't want to get into this too deep. We're a comedy show. We don't want to fuck around with this too much. I will say this though. It's, you know, you can't, there's no denying that mistakes have been made in the past. No denying. All we can do as a country and as anybody is try and grow towards the future. And I know this from experience. Like, I've had some traumatic stuff in my past, as have all of us. You know, and I think both of you guys would agree with me. When you're paying attention more to the past than what you're doing right now, you're not living. Yep. You are fucked up, right? And it's the same goes with creative minds and moving forward in the eyes of cinema and anywhere, really. Music, anything. Anything you dip your toe into, don't be worried about what people have done. Be worried about what you're doing.
You know, kind of on that note, and talking about cinema and kind of pushing what we haven't done yet, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that worked on the first Star Wars movie. That dude, that pushed the limits. They created things that nobody's done. They literally made that whole thing from the ground up. That was the pinnacle. And
the first Star Wars movie. Do you know what the first lightsaber was? Do you know what the first prop lightsaber?
No,
was?
Not off the top of my head.
It was a part of an old camera. It was like the flash stick of an old camera.
Oh, yep. Yeah, dude, I watched a whole, because there's a documentary on basically the whole making of the first Star Wars and everything. Yep. And it was so mind-blowing going through and watching how innovative they had to be. And the director stuck to it, and he was not going to break on anything. You know, it was just so cool on how much he really pushed how much we could go, and he really set the bar for the new age, I guess.
Absolutely.
Well, and it was so awesome to see the way that George Lucas put everything together.
Thank you. I forgot his name.
You know, because it's like one of those. Yeah, I know. I know, it's easy. It slips to mind. But no, and what was awesome is, like, people would give their takes, and if he didn't love it, he'd be like, "Nah, I don't think that's right for this." But if people would give their takes, and if they had something good, he'd be like, let me think about it. And
Yeah.
you come back to, and like, same thing happened. I heard a story about Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu, right?
Mm-hmm.
First guy with a different colored lightsaber,
Yep.
purple, right? And we were all like, "What the fuck?" Right? Like you saw that, and you're like, "Oh shit! It's more than just fucking red and blue and green. It's like what the purple, motherfucker?
Yeah.
What the hell?" And I heard a story that Samuel L. Jackson was talking to.
I think I know the story that you're about to tell.
I forget who he was talking to, but he basically told him. He said, "Hey, like, what about a purple lightsaber? Like, that shit would be dope." And dude was just like, "Yeah, whatever. I'll think about it. I'll come back." And he came back to the table, and they get on set, and they're about to start to record, and he pulls out, it was a purple lightsaber. And he was like, "Oh, shit." He's like, "What the?" Which is what that made that series just so fucking great, dude. Like it was creative genius at its finest because it was blocking out the bad, taking in the good. And that's where, like, you get that amount of people that believe in this shit.
One note that I saw from an interview with Samuel L. Jackson is that the reasoning behind why he wanted a purple lightsaber was because in large battle scenes, he wanted to be himself to be easily spottable.
Yep.
So he wanted to be able to, like, in a large battle scene, he could look around and just look for the purple lightsaber.
Yep.
That was the whole reasoning as to why he wanted the purple crystal.
On another note, like, another movie that I really think kind of really changed the scene had to be the new Avatar movies. Those are another ones that I truly believe pushed the dynamic. They did.
You're talking about James Cameron's Avatar movies?
Yeah, dude.
The blue alien people?
Yeah, they pushed. They pushed the fucking limit. They went on. They created a whole new world, dude. Just like Star Wars did. And we all immersed in it so quick. And he did such a fantastic job. It was like that was like another movie to me that just like pushed the boundary.
So, I do have a question for you guys. Do you know any of the hidden meanings of some of the Disney movies that have been made?
So yes, Disney owns Star Wars now, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm not familiar. Other than the thing we spoke about earlier, which I probably shouldn't bring up. We'll leave it alone. Disney's done a
Jake,
lot
do you
of
know
decent
any
shit.
I know very many. I used to be a huge Disney buff, dude.
So the number one that I want to bring up that needs to be talked about is the new movie that just recently came out, Elemental. Ian, have you seen it?
My son fucking loves that movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
It's
awesome. And
very
honestly,
good movie.
When it first,
now I need you to stop for a second, and
Okay.
I need you to think.
Okay.
Thinking back on that movie,
Yeah.
it is unbelievably fucking racist.
Oh, of course.
And it is
Well,
100% about
Yeah.
opposite races coming together.
it's about being accepted.
Yes.
Is what it is. Yeah. No, 100%, because the whole thing about fire, right? Like, every other element rejects it. Water,
Yep.
earth, and, whatever else. It fucking... Yeah, and
They all have their own language.
Well, yeah, and the scene is like, you remember, because you saw it, of course, right? Jake, you see it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay.
all have their own
So-
islands and areas they live.
Right.
Like,
Well, and then there's this scene where she gets on the train and there's some fucking earth guy, like a plant there, and he fucking lights him up and
oh
he,
yeah,
he goes up in flames. He's like,
it's like hey.
hey, yeah, and it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, that's one of those movies where like, I almost enjoyed it more because I knew that, because they didn't do it in such a way where it's like, everybody's racist. They didn't throw it in your face, but it was subtly like, hey, don't forget the fact that we're all the same.
Yeah.
Like,
See, the number
don't,
one
don't
way-
be naive enough to believe that because somebody is different than you makes you better or you worse.
The
Like,
number
that's
one
not
way
at all
that
the
I know
case.
that movie is like talking about like being racially accepting is when there was the scene when in the beginning, right when it was showing the beginning of the daughter being an adult and they were in the fire shop, right? And a couple
the new
of
one or the old one? The new one, right? Like when they moved to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I've seen this movie too many times, bro. I might.
Well, it's like right once they finally fade in the beginning, like when the little girl finally becomes an adult in the city, and a bunch of water kids come in and like start fucking up all of the fire shit in the shop.
Yep.
And immediately the dad's just like, "Don't water down my fire! You're watering down my fire!" And there's just like freaks out about it, and it's just like, holy shit.
Well, and the fucked up part is like, yeah, we're moving in the direction that we should be as far as that stuff. Like as a country, I think we're moving towards that, but undoubtedly there are still some places in this country where you will go and you will get that, and it's like, man, that's fucked up. Well, and it's funny because you watch that movie and it's like, to you, from the outside looking in, you're like, they're all just their own elements. That's it, right? Because that's the way that the movie's gonna make you think. But then the way that they interact with each other, it's like, stay away from me. Like, I don't fucking want you here. That's the shit that makes you think. Like, as a person, you're like, holy fuck, like that shit happens here.
Yeah,
all the fucking time. That's crazy. And I think most of us have been raised in a way where it's like you can't judge somebody on that. Most of us. But there's a select few who are like, keep our bloodline pure, motherfucker. Like, it's just like, and it's like, man, you can't do that. Because I'm telling you, I've had a lot of friends over the years. I've had Asian friends, I've had black friends, I've had Hispanic friends, I've had Israeli friends. I've had friends from all over the world, man. German friends.
Dude, look at dogs.
Right. No, but
if you breed a dog with its own like bloodline of say a husky, and you only breed a husky with nothing but huskies,
they get fucked up eventually.
They end up getting like really bad hip dysplasia and all these other really bad factors, bad eyesight, deformities. All these things can start going bad just due to their genetics starting to go bad.
Right. Well, and even with that stuff aside, I mean, like I always look at my son, right? Like I always try and look at Cass and I say, what if somebody wouldn't accept him because he's white? I'm like, that would break my heart. It's not his fault. He was born that way,
Yeah.
And so when I see anybody else of color, I'm like, for anybody to judge them based on the color of their skin is fucking insane.
Oh, of course.
And it's like, you can't fucking do that. And that's where that movie really applies to everybody. Is like, you think they wanted to be a fire element, or do you think that they were born a fire element? And it's like, I love that message, and I love the fact that they didn't throw it in your face. It wasn't
they did an amazing job with that movie.
It was awesome, and I just
another
on
movie?
that note, hang on, last thing. On that note, I just want to tell everybody, fucking learn to love somebody that ain't like you. I ain't saying you got to go out of your way to fucking do them favors and shit, but learn to be friends with somebody who's nothing like you. I mean, you have nothing in common. Learn to appreciate them. Yeah. Learn to live, their life maybe. Like, just hang out with them, I think it's important. I think
sure.
I think being cultured is a very important thing. So, anyway, that next movie you were talking about.
Inside Out.
Haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it, Jake? Really?
Shut up.
Nope. Haven't seen it.
It's a movie about mental health.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It's basically each character is an emotion.
Yeah, and I would honestly, I think your daughter would love it. Cass loves it. It's a great movie.
Yeah, like there's the main girl, Joy.
Yep.
And then there's like the anger.
Sadness.
Sadness. There's the anger guy. I think his name is
Disgust and Worry, I think is the last one. I don't know what the last guy. Maybe Fear. Fear is his name, and he's voiced by Bill Hader.
I think there's also like Goofball or something like that in there. Isn't there like a silly one or something?
So there's a Goofball Island. There's islands which are essentially the pillars of this.
I haven't seen it in so long.
So,
I've only ever seen it once.
So there's a couple islands, right? I think there's 5 in the beginning, and so those are essentially the pillars of her mindset, and one of those pillars is Goofball Island. Right, because she likes goofing around with her parents, and it's part of what makes her who she is. But, yeah, so I think it's joy, sadness, disgust, anger, and fear is who it is. And there's 5 of them in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's... Yeah, man, that's one of those movies that's awesome. Because... And I love the end of that movie where it's like... Because the whole movie, she even says in the beginning, Joy does. She says, I don't really know why sadness is here. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't really get it. And when she finally gets her emotions back at the end of the movie and she comes home, so Jake, I don't mean to spoil this for you, but essentially sadness, you know, like the girl herself goes home and sadness in her mind is like, you know, Joy figured it out. Joy is like, all right, she needs you right now. Like, being sad is just what you need right now. You need a little time to fucking...
Yeah, you just need to be sad for a little while.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah, and
It's a part of processing emotion.
Yeah, well, and it's one of those things where it's like, man, that movie was way too real. Like, kids watch that and they're like, that's cute. But like adults watch that and they're like, that's fucking heavy. Like,
yeah.
I'm fucking...
So, Inside Out is ultimately, in the end, it's about understanding and accepting mental health.
Gotcha.
Turning Red is basically like touching on female puberty, essentially.
Yeah, I've seen that. Are we just listing out Disney movies at this point?
Dude, no. Okay, so I don't think this one's a Disney movie, but do you guys remember the movie Page Master?
Yeah. How can you not?
I don't. I'm actually very confused. Jake,
You're
enlighten
joking.
me. I don't. Please tell me. Enlighten me.
Okay, I need to look it up.
Yeah, no, this was one of my favorite movies.
A 1994 film.
Yeah, so it's basically about this boy, and he went to the library and he went in an adventure reading this book, and he's with like all of these characters, and they go through like the story with him. It's actually a really good movie. That's like essentially the plot of it.
So Peej just pulled it up, and the first thing I thought when I looked at that little boy, I'm like, is that fucking Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah.
And it fucking is, dude.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, he played in that as a very
It's one of those.
little boy.
It was like the first movie that they, or like one of the first movies that they ever did like cross cartoon and live action stuff. You know.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool.
But no, that entire movie was essentially just about promoting reading.
So, okay, here. Last movie that I want to bring up, because this is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I want to know if you guys are on the same page with me. Iron Giant?
Yeah.
It's
a fire movie.
That's a fucking GOAT movie, dude.
Yeah, dude, growing up watching that was definitely one of my go-tos. That was a great fucking movie.
Well, and like, and I don't remember this movie the way I should, so please forgive me if I get this wrong, but I think, because I saw a scene recently, it was like a YouTube short that I watched, and it was basically like, no, like, there was the Iron Giant saying, no, you stay here, and I'm gonna go. You know, because there's whatever fucking hurling towards Earth, and he's going to go fucking protect the world from it. And I think the whole point, like, that's another one. That's a big moral thing, because it's like, you know, again, he's different. He's just a big-ass fucking robot. People are like, this motherfucker's stupid, which, granted, probably not the best analogy. He's, you know, he's a machine, so it's a little different. But the whole point was like, no, like, I'm gonna fucking sacrifice myself for you. It was like what I saw in the clip, and I remember being a little kid and just watching that and being like, this dude's the fucking GOAT. I hope I meet a giant robot someday. You know, I was like, fuck, dude.
All right, Peej, what do you got on that?
Well, you know, I do have a couple of other movies here. Dude, when was the last time you saw Sleeping Beauty? God damn.
Very recently.
Really?
I swear to God, I've never seen it, and I mean that.
I don't know if I ever have.
When I was growing up as a kid, I never watched it.
I might have when I was a kid and just never paid attention to it, but...
And Jake, it's more understandable for you because you have a daughter, right?
Yeah.
So, like, obviously.
You also watched Little Mermaid like hell when you were a kid, though.
Yeah. Well, but see, I had a son, and I've only had a brother, and so it was all dudes in my house. I never watched that movie. Never.
Yeah. Yeah, me, it was all Scooby-Doo, bro.
Oh, yeah, I watched that shit religiously. With
But no,
Avery.
so Sleeping Beauty essentially is about, like, helicopter parenting. That's like that's what it touches on. Encanto. Have you guys seen Encanto?
It's Encanto, and yes.
Encanto. Sorry, for fuck's sake.
I have seen the beginning, and Cass got very bored with it about 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, which is crazy because
I loved that movie.
I looked at reviews and it did well.
I
was
loved
a good
that
movie, and
that entire movie is about differences.
Yeah, well, and he's a kid.
Cass doesn't care about differences.
Yeah,
we get it.
he doesn't even understand it. He's just a little fucking kid. He's like, I don't give a shit.
Well, let's be realistic. I mean, most kids aren't really going to necessarily notice to point out differences in somebody unless they're told to.
Yeah, and even if they point it out, which might be more of an observative move.
Yeah.
But they don't have the knowingness to be like, I don't like them because of that, right?
Exactly.
That's instilled from the parents, right?
For sure.
You can note differences and just not be a piece of shit about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Which kids, that's all they do. They observe shit. They're like, why are you doing that? What is this? What is this? The amount of fucking times I hear a day the word why. Oh my fucking.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Dude, I love the kid so much. I'm honestly happy. I'm thankful that he's curious because it's important to children. But he'll fucking just, why is this? Why is that? Why is this? And I'm just like, motherfucker.
So,
I'm like,
boys, tell me, what is your favorite Disney movie? Like from when we were kids, not in recent movies. From when we were growing up, what was your favorite Disney movie?
I can't give you just one. I'd have to give you a handful.
Okay, give me a couple, Jake. What do you got?
Yeah, because growing up, I watched a handful of movies religiously. The Lion King was one of them.
That's a good one.
Toy Story was another.
That's a good one.
I watched Sleeping Beauty a lot. I don't know why, but that was just my shit.
can I just say, can we do kids movies instead of strictly Disney movies?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm still sticking with those ones.
Okay.
And Atlantis. I don't know if that's a Disney
that's
movie.
a good one.
I watched that one a lot. One movie that I watched a lot but scared the shit out of me was The Land Before Time.
Dude, there's so many of those.
That one scared the shit out of me as a little kid.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of me. I did not like it, but I loved it at the same time.
Same.
So I'm going to have to say my all-time favorite kids movies. Okay, Iron Giant is in there.
Yep.
All the first and the second Toy Story are in there because I was too old for the third and the fourth. But Toy Story, I think the first Incredibles should count.
Yeah,
I love
that's
that.
a good one.
I love that fucking movie. Monsters Incorporated.
Yeah.
It's fucking another one. There's. Yeah, dude, there have been so many. Spy Kids, bro. Spy Kids
That
isn't
was a
even
good one.
animated. Spy Kids fucked, dude.
I was literally just grabbing to take the mic to say Spy Kids. That's so funny. Dude, Spy Kids, and then we can go into, God, I just had another good one. You go.
Where's that one? Played by the kid that played Malcolm in the Middle. Cody Banks.
Oh,
Dude,
yep.
Dude, Big Fat Liar.
Secret Agent Cody Banks.
Big Fat Liar.
Dude, Secret Agent Cody Banks is what it was,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
And that movie fucked, dude. Because
I own that on DVD, bro. It's
Shut
over
up,
there
dude.
somewhere.
Oh shit! No, dude. The one thing I remember about that movie is he had that little go kart, but that go kart went fucking 90 miles an hour, and my
dude.
boy was fucking skirt.
Did you ever
dude.
see the sequel?
Bro, Inspector Gadget.
No,
There was a sequel that came out. It was pretty good.
I never saw it. Inspector Gadget's fucking awesome.
Fire.
My favorites would be Incredibles. Iron Giant was religious one for me, and Peter Pan.
Never see, and
I loved Peter Pan.
I didn't hate Peter Pan, but I never loved him either. You know what really fucking stuck with me was
Well, that one was ultimately just about maturing.
Yeah.
Like, that was I guess that was really the hidden meaning behind that one was
fucking brain shit.
Wait,
Brain shit?
The Goofy movie, dude.
Okay.
Oh,
The Goofy
dude,
movie,
what a fucking yes,
dank.
Great
All right,
movie.
but I
Great
do have to
choice.
ask: are you talking just Peter Pan, the animated one, or
Yeah.
are we talking Hook, the non-animated?
Peter Pan the animated one.
Okay, you can get fucked.
Okay.
He's like, hey, I don't know if you know this. I love you, dude, but go fuck yourself. Yeah. Dude, fucking, yeah. There's been so many good movies over the year.
Shrek.
Oh, yeah.
Shrek is the one, dude. By the way, so my son, I recently found out, loves the Puss in Boots movies. Dude, and they're awesome. Have you guys seen them?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the Puss in Boots, well, I think there's one for sure. I don't know if there's another one. But the one that I've seen is fucking awesome, dude. It's fucking great.
All right.
So hold on.
Wait,
no, for all of those out there that are our age, your children will never understand this unless you play a VHS tape for them. All right, you ready?
I've been ready.
Have our heading. Here we go! From the magic within our hearts to the adventure beyond the horizon.
Dude.
There is only
What?
one Disney.
Dude, shut the fuck up. For anybody wondering what the fuck just happened, Jake, he grabbed the mic and put it down directly by his asshole. A ripped ass. Oh, man.
That's what I think about that.
I love that sound, actually. That's very nostalgic for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, super.
Yeah. So, unlike those that are insensitive as shit in the room.
Yeah, unlike those who are going to fart into a fucking microphone.
Uncultured swine. That's funny.
God, I fucking hate you.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I know. I love you too. Yo, I do have a solid ass question for both of you guys, though.
What's up?
So, since we're on the topic of movies, why the fuck are there so many Fast and the Furious movies, and we're mad about it? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm still going, bro. Listen to this. Why the fuck did they have 10 of them, and we're like, yeah, fuck you. But then there's like 8 Harry Potter movies, and we're like, holy shit, I still want more. Dude, let me tell you, I'm so disappointed. Like, goddamn.
I'll fucking tell you why. I have the answer to this, okay? Harry Potter was not only a masterpiece on the pages, it was a phenomenal series being read. I've read that.
That's very true.
The fucking movies, though.
Harry Potter was always an originally planned out series.
Well, and Harry Potter was a cinematic masterpiece. Like, the casting was perfect.
Yeah, Fast and the
Everything
Furious has just been a bunch of bullshit.
And here's the thing, man. It hurts me to say that because you gotta love Paul Walker. Like, he was a very lovable guy. You can tell everybody cared about him, and then when he passed, it was fucking heart-wrenching for everybody. But I think where they made the mistake is they kept going after 7. Right? You should have.
Yeah, they should have ended at 7.
You should have pinched it off right when he fucking died and said, "Look, we had a good run. We miss our friend. We love him. Let it be over."
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna say this from a very dedicated fan of Fast and the Furious. I'm disappointed that they're continuing to keep going with it. It is like almost a disservice to the series because it's like it's too much now. They've done it.
Well, yeah,
they've done it all. Like, they need to wait. If they want to do more, they need to give it fucking years in between. Let shit, let us almost forget about it and then come out with another
exactly.
one, you know?
Don't try to be the new next fucking Apple phone.
Dude.
Don't give me the fucking last year's phone with a little bit better camera.
It's that's literally how it feels, and I feel like that's where Harry Potter did it right. They took a few years in between. It was like 3-4 years in between each film. Let the cast mature. They built.
And I feel like one thing about Harry Potter that nobody is ever going to be able to recreate ever again is the fact that Harry Potter is the first series that has ever been created that actually captures the the essence of a child growing up in life.
Yeah, dude.
because Daniel Radcliffe literally started making those movies when he was like fucking 11 years old.
Yeah, he was like 10, 11.
And ever since that day that he first got cast as Harry Potter, we have seen the story of Harry Potter, but we've also seen him grow up into into a man.
I think part of the reason that fucking film franchise is so successful is because, one, they cast them correctly from the get-go, and two, they managed to keep on to everybody that they had to. For like, the only person they lost really was Dumbledore, right? Like, I think they switched after the first or second movie.
I think it was the first movie. I think he died, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe, but even
was it the second one?
But even
Jake's kind of the Harry Potter pro.
Yeah,
I'll let him have that one.
And honestly, I love Harry Potter too, but I don't think I'd compare to you. We love it. It's fucking awesome, and I think that's just one of those franchises where, like, and you know, people got all pissed off at J.K. Rowling, and I get it, man. I'm not saying she was entirely in the right, but also, are we just gonna neglect the fact that was one of the most fucking exquisite, prolific fucking franchises of all time? I mean, they did everything right. They got the actors back year after year after year, and they fucking murdered the story.
Oh yeah,
awesome,
it's literally. It reminds me, like we were talking about the Star Wars. They literally built that whole world. They pushed it. They did something that nobody has fucking done, dude. And it was incredible, dude. And like Peej was saying, like taking that whole cast from kids to adults, you know, seeing them grow up, us going through it with them, basically, you know. I knew it.
Yeah, and I think that's another reason why it resonates so much with us, because we literally were the same age as them when the first movie came out. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and in a way, we felt like we grew up quite literally with that.
Yeah, well, and I think that they were a bit older, not a ton, but a bit older than us, but I think the difference made is by the time the movies came out, we were their age. And so it was like, whoa, like, because I remember watching Sorcerer's Stone, and Daniel Radcliffe looks like he was a little kid, man. Like, he was a kid, but like, just that story. And I always say this: I love The Goblet of Fire. I think that's my favorite movie personally. Yeah, just because they really mixed it up. You know, like it's
a big turning point to the series.
Well, he had to win these games. It was this whole deal. He didn't even put his name. I do love The Goblet of Fire. It's fucking awesome. Dude, and it's like anybody that wants to dispute that can fucking suck me. You know, no fucking way.
I'm not going to dispute it, but I will say Order of the Phoenix is probably my favorite one. And
I think I might have to agree with you.
And I will just say, just because I like to see almost the unfolding in him, like finally seeing what the dark side is like, and him going through it and seeing kind of what all like has been hidden from him, and like who's all protecting him, and he's like really, he's kind of coming out of his little shell and really figuring out what's taking place.
Well, and I think that, dude, the series did so many things right? And like, it's funny because Snape unanimously hated across the board forever. Forever. Every fucking movie until...
that was how they set it up.
Until it was either second to last or the last one. It was one of the Deathly Hallows movies.
It was the last one.
Okay, but either way, it's basically revealed that like his entire time at Hogwarts was spent protecting Harry.
Yeah.
Which is fucking insane. You know, because from our perception, the viewer's perception, the whole fucking time, you're like, this guy's a piece of shit. I hope this guy dies. And all of a sudden, you're like, holy fuck. Not only is this guy a good guy, this guy is the fucking GOAT. He's
also, like, Alan Rickman's a GOAT, just saying.
Yeah, of course. It was just, that's one of those series, man, where it's like, if you watch it and you don't feel anything, you might not be human. Like, it's so unbelievable. It's insane.
Beautiful series.
Yeah, oh, dude, it was fucking amazing. And honestly, part of me hates when people shit on J.K. Rowling. Again, not saying she fucking did everything right, but I have, you know... It sucks for me because it's like you're ignoring the fact that what she made was a fucking masterpiece, right? I'm not saying you gotta love her, But what she created, that world, that whole universe of
For sure.
fucking magic and shit, it's like, that's fucking insane.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, you know what, boys? I think we can keep going about this fucking conversation all goddamn day.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we need to wrap her up for today. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate all of you. Ian, Jake, I love both of you guys.
The Three
Thank y'all.
Musketeers.
Thank y'all for showing up
Bro,
again.
Yeah, it's so good to see you guys.
Appreciate
Fuck.
you. And y'all, make sure that you hit that share button for us.
Yep.
Hit that subscribe, that follow button.
Yep.
We only get bigger if you help us.
I want
We
you
appreciate
to
you.
repeatedly hit it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hit it so it turns on and off many times and then just land on.
Yeah.
And then share.
Yeah, and then share it. But
Hit it and quit it repeatedly.
thank you for listening, and this was a good episode, guys. So we'll see y'all next time, and thanks for checking out the Absolute Talk Show.